10 signs you're actually doing better than you think, according to psychology. We usually think progress has to look big and loud. Promotions. Major life changes. Clear wins that everyone can see. But psychology says real growth is often much quieter. It shows up in small shifts. The way you think and move through your day impact your growth. These signs may feel ordinary, but they often mean you're doing better than you realize. You're not rushing every decision. You pause. You think. You choose intentionally. Instead of reacting instantly, you give yourself time. You think things through before saying yes or no. Psychology ties this to better emotional regulation and self-trust. You're not just running on panic or FOMO, fear of missing out, anymore. That pause means you finally feel safe enough to choose calmly. You're not constantly chasing trends. You know what fits you and what doesn't. You no longer feel the pressure to try everything just because everyone else is. Whether it is your career, lifestyle, or opinions, you are selective, personal, and secure about the decisions you make. This usually means you have a stronger sense of identity. You're guided by what works for you, not by what looks impressive from the outside. You don't feel behind all the time. Progress feels quiet, not chaotic. That old panic about falling behind is quieter now. You still want to grow, but it doesn't feel like a sprint anymore. Psychology finds that when you stop measuring against everyone else, you start setting goals that actually belong to you. Your days have structure. Even when motivation is low, systems carry you. You don't rely only on motivation to get things done. You have regular routines, habits, or small systems that make your life disciplined. This is a strong sign of stability. It shows you're building a life that supports you even on low-energy days. You're okay saying no. Not every opportunity deserves a yes. You don't over-explain your boundaries anymore. You understand that saying no protects your time and energy. Psychology connects this to improved self-worth. You're no longer afraid that every refusal will cost you something important. You create without overthinking. You move forward, learn, and refine as you go. You start things even if you do not feel fully ready. You allow yourself to learn in the process. This shows a shift from perfectionism to progress. It's often a sign that fear no longer controls your creativity. You don't compare as much anymore. You're focused on your lane. Other people's success doesn't shake you the way it used to. You notice it, but you don't spiral. This usually means your goals feel personal and meaningful, not borrowed from someone else's life. You feel clearer after working. Not drained. Not scattered. Work gives you a sense of direction rather than exhaustion. Psychology suggests this happens when effort aligns with values. You may still get tired, but it's a satisfying tired, not an empty one. You trust your process. Even when results aren't instant. You don't unravel every time things go sideways. Patience comes from experience and self-awareness, not just wishful thinking. You know by now that real change takes time. You feel aligned, not rushed. There's direction, not pressure. Your life feels like it's moving somewhere, even if slowly. There's less forcing, less panic, and more inner clarity. That sense of alignment is one of the strongest signs of emotional and psychological progress. In conclusion, real progress rarely announces itself with big milestones or dramatic changes. More often, it appears in quiet ways, in how you think, respond, and move through everyday life. When you pause before decisions, set boundaries, trust your process, and focus on your own path, you are building a stronger and more stable version of yourself. Psychology reminds us that growth is not always loud or visible to others. Sometimes the most powerful progress is simply feeling calmer, clearer, and more aligned with who you truly are. If these signs feel familiar, it may be a gentle reminder that you are doing better than you think, even if the journey still feels unfinished.